So I was one of the first shops to get a new Dyson range.
Okay. So when did Dyson start?
That must have been going to market sometime in the early 90s. But he'd been going he did 3,000 prototypes.
3,000 prototypes.
And
right.
it was a product changing from a functional item into an item of desire. You weren't just buying a vacuum anymore.
I mean,
you were buying a Dyson. And that was the thing that you left out as a piece of art, as well as a vacuum cleaner.
ingenious.
Yeah, brilliant.
Ingenious.
Yeah.
I mean, like anyone that can make a vacuum cleaner and a desirable product.
A desirable product.
You fail to realize every item in there is to do some chore.
You could never, ever have made George Street, and you just said this beautiful sort of theatre of vacuum cleaners. That's not going to work.
Well, prior to that, I still remember in Australia, one of the biggest vacuum cleaner sales outlets was Godfrey's.
Godfrey's, yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And I remember the ad. I mean, the guy had a comb over, you know, a bit boily, and he was sucking bowling balls with a suction thing, which is effective at the time.
Yeah. But I must empty the Dyson, that sort of see-through tube, once a week. I can never remember emptying a Hoover bag.
With a Hoover bag, wasn't that a paper bag? That you just
and all the dust came out. And that's where Dyson thought, you've got a Hoover bag where most of the dust is just spread around. All you're doing is spread around the dust.
Right.
And he made looking at dirt a functional piece of his design.
Right.
You saw the dirt.
Okay. Wow.
So imagine that, where the design is going to be, so you want people to see the dirt? Yes. In a clear tube? Yes.
Well, now he's got lasers to even see the dirt as you vacuum, which is a genius thing again. It makes you want to vacuum more.
Yeah. Which is why he's just bought a $78 million apartment in Singapore.
Right. He's gone on hairdryers. There's this other item that he's got.
I don't think it'll
It
work.
was like an air breather or something?
It's an air breather with headphones. I look at it, and again, certainly on footwear, I've gone past brands that have gone on to be huge, and I never thought they would work. But my instinct is that this is going to be there and not there.
Do you think he's just having a bit of fun?
Well, I think he wouldn't be the first designer and producer to try and delight the market with something, to take out of it something that is an idea that may come next.
We call it a gateway product, right? Like it's create a bit of fanfare, in fact, almost get people to mock it a bit so they come back into the store again and reinvigorate the brand.
Yeah. If you read the Steve Jobs book by Jacobson, and he talks about that the iPad was first, the phone was secondary, and it switched once they'd found the ability to put smaller tech inside it, so that it was the other way around, and that was genius.